What is going on, YouTube? My name is Zubat. Welcome to my channel. Today we will be doing our second episode of our Seattle Kraken franchise mode. In the first episode, we finished the expansion draft, we also did the NHL entry draft, and we did off-season. In this episode today, we will be doing our first year full simulation, and depending on if playoffs happen or not, if we make them, then we will be doing that in a separate episode. Now, I'd like to take this time to thank you all for the feedback. At the time of this recording, the video just broke 700 views on my first episode, and I really do appreciate all your support and comments on that video. Now, I've taken into consideration some of your suggestions, mainly regarding the jerseys. We won't actually be able to edit the jerseys until the off season of the first year, so I'll have to wait to do that. But I have taken in some suggestions, and there will be things that I will change on the jerseys to make them look more like the real ones. So, with that said, let's get on to the video.
Yeah, nightmares keep haunting me. Being at the top is never guaranteed. Last thing I want is a nominee. Wanna stack up awards like 1, 2, 3. Keep calm and relax, I'm supposed to be.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the Seattle Kraken, right where we left off, the end of preseason, with a record of 1-5-1. Now, I do understand that this team is not where it should be at all in contention-wise, but I think what we're going to do is run this simulation month by month and just see how we are in the standings. And we'll take a look, and then we will consider trades, trading off some of our better overall players for prospects and whatnot. Now, I have gotten some suggestions from you guys for trades, players to bring in, stuff like that. So I will be taking a look at some of those throughout this episode. But for now, let's just get into the first month. All right, game one of our inaugural season, and of course it's against the Pittsburgh Penguins, one of the tougher teams in the league. We're just going to take a look here and take a look at our overalls and where they're standing with a team like Pittsburgh. So for offense, 84, defense, 87, goaltending, 82. Obviously not the strongest team out there, definitely if you're comparing offense to Pittsburgh's. But here are jerseys here as well, if you guys didn't see them in the first episode. Here's our home jerseys. Here's our away jerseys. And the alternates that I kind of mess around with and had some fun with. So those are our jerseys. So let's get on with the simulation for the first month. We'll simulate through the month of October and see where we stand after that. All right, guys, we got our first trade offer of the season. Minnesota wants to offer us Hunt and a 6th and a 7th for our 3rd and 4th. I'm going to decline this trade. Pretty obviously why I'm going to decline it, just because we are not looking to add players to our team that, have a 7th defenseman potential kind of thing. We're not really looking to give up our draft picks for this year, So after the month of October, we are currently sitting at a record of 5-3-1. We are currently in the first wildcard spot. We are 1 point back of the Flames for 3rd in our division. Actually, slightly a better record than I thought we would have, but it's always early in the season. So let's get through the month of November, and then I'll get back to you guys. All right, guys, another trade offer from Montreal this time. Ben Sherratt, a 3rd-round pick, and Paul Byron for our 3rd and our 5th. I'm going to decline that one as well. Paul Byron's got a lot of cap hits, and he's 79 overall left winger. He's not really the strong suit that we want on this team. Ben Sherratt as well. He's exact potential. So no young guys there. Swap 3rds and give them a 5th. Not really the trade that we need to do. They're looking kind of just to dump salary. So we're going to decline that one. And we're almost done our simulation of November. We're currently sitting at 9-9-3. We are out of the playoffs, which is expected. We just lost back-to-back games pretty badly. Calgary offers us Derek Ryan for a 3rd and a 4th. I'm also going to decline that. Derek Ryan is getting a little bit older, so we just want young players to bring in, that kind of thing. Lost 8-1 to the Kings, 7-5 to Tampa Bay, so we're definitely not looking like contenders right now. Buffalo offers us Wayne Simmons and a 5th for our 3rd and 4th. I'm also going to decline that. Wayne Simmons is a rental player. We're not looking to bring in rental players, especially if we're not making a playoff push. So let's decline that. And after the month of November, we are currently 10-11-3. We are definitely out of a playoff spot, but that's kind of what's expected from this team first year. So I will get through the month of December, and then I'll get back to you guys. All right, guys, we're now trying to make a trade with the St. Louis Blues. We're giving them Eric Stahl and a 4th-round pick for Robert Thomas and Alex Steen. We're taking back Steen's contract just so we can hit the cap floor. We're giving them Eric Stahl. He's about point per game. He'd be a good center for the Blues, who are obviously trying to make a playoff push. And in return, we get Robert Thomas, who is a center, 81 overall, top 6 medium potential, only 20 years old. He's got pretty good stats kind of thing, and he's still 2 years left on his rookie deal. So we'll see if this goes through. And trade was accepted, so perfect. We bring in another young center. All right, guys. So after that trade, here's a look at our forward core now. We have Beauvillier on the first line and Robert Thomas on the second line. I also put in Alex Steen over Joel Armia just because he's got a little bit better defensive stats and overall stats are better, but I don't plan on him being in the lineup for next year. So that's what our forward core is looking like. Defense hasn't changed and neither has our goaltending. And if you guys look at the end of December, we are currently 17-17-3. We're in 6th in the division. It's actually kind of concerning because if you look over at the Central Division, we are actually the same record as the Blackhawks, who have the last wild card spot. So I traded away Eric Stahl just because he was playing a little too good and brought in another young center. So hopefully we shouldn't be in a playoff spot now because I am looking to get a lottery pick this year. Another thing I wanted to mention too, as we sim through the month of January here, I did check the trade blocks and there really wasn't anything that came up special for me. There was some prospects, but a lot of them were like low top 9, low top 6, like 60 overalls. No good picks either that were really on the block, so I decided not to look there. And here we have an offer from Chicago, Zach Smith, a 4th and a 5th for a 3rd and a 4th. I'm going to decline that. So after the month of January, we are sitting with a record of 19-25-5. I'm just going to sim up to the trade deadline here and see if there's anything on the blocks or any offers like that, and then I'll get back to you guys. All right, guys, right before the trade deadline, I decided to edit our trade block. I added Ryan McDonough, Calle Yarncroc, and Brandon Carlo. McDonough, he's got a lot of trade value, and he's getting a little bit older compared to our core of players. Calle Yarncroc, he might be a good little sniper to add to a team that is in contention for the Cup. As well as Brandon Carlo, he's making 4.1. He's only 81 overall. I know he is young, but it is quite a hefty contract for his overall. And then for the wants, I just changed it so that we would ask for any forward or defenseman 17-24. It doesn't matter the overall. I just want to see some offers come our way. All right, guys, we just got a trade offer from the Islanders. They want to give us Kiefer Bellows for Brandon Carlo straight up 1-for-1. I haven't looked at Kiefer Bellows yet. I haven't seen what he's looking like. He is top 6 medium. 75 overall. He's 21 years old. He's not a bad little power forward. Wouldn't be a bad choice. Now, Brandon Carlo, 81, top 4 medium defenseman. He's still only 23. For Kiefer Bellows, it's not a bad trade, but I think I would prefer a defenseman that we can slot in for Brandon Carlo, because all we have in the minors really is Libor Hayek, and I don't really want to slot him in yet because he's not ready. So we'll keep that in mind right before the trade deadline. All right, guys, a decent-sized trade right before the trade deadline here to Detroit, Jared Spurgeon and Alex Galchenyuk, and Minnesota gets back 2 prospects and a first-round pick. So Detroit looks like they're actually trying to bounce back from their year missing out on the playoffs here. So that's a pretty crazy trade. We're just a few days right before the trade deadline here. Let's take a look. Washington gets Stanev, Stone, and Reed Boucher for a first and a prospect. That's also a big trade. Good pickup for Washington. 2 solid defensemen, Reed Boucher. But we're 25, 27, and 9, so we're actually picking up some wins here. Now we have another trade offer here. Calle Yarncroc for a 2nd and Medvedev? Top 9 low center. Let's take a look here. So Yuri Medvedev, 63 overall, low, top 9. He's 19 years old, so he's still got some time to grow. And a 2nd-round pick for Yarncroc. That's also another thing to keep in mind as we're coming up to the trade deadline here. All right, guys, so one day before the trade deadline, we're currently sitting at 27, 27, and 9. We are 1 point out of a wild card, so I think we're going to trade Ryan McDonough, try and get back some prospects here, maybe some picks, something along those lines, just because we're getting a little too close to the playoffs, and I really don't want to go into the playoffs with this team because I know we'll get bounced out in the first round, so I'd rather have a lottery pick. So let me do some searching around, try and see if I can find something for McDonough, and I'll get back to you guys with what I got. All right, guys, now I have another trade offer cooked up. I have McDonough, Joel Armia, and a 3rd for Travis Konechny and Travis Sanheim. Konechny, 85 overall, top 6 medium center with 6 years left on that deal. He's 85 overall and he's like 22, something like that. Sanheim, a good 83 overall young defenseman as well. We'll try and give this a shot, see what Philadelphia says for that. Trade rejected, just not sufficient at all. So instead of that 3rd, I might up it to a 2nd and then see what they're looking at there. Let's try next year's 2nd with that trade. Trades accepted. So McDonough, Armia, and a 2nd for Konechny and Sanheim. So after that trade, guys, this is what our lines are looking like right now. We have DeBrusque, Konechny, and Yarncroc, Janssen, Blais, and Beauvillier, Lawson Krause, Robert Thomas, and Gurionov, and Steen, Achari, Nichushkin. On the point, we have Travis Sanheim, Adam Larson, Jake McCabe, Payne Fleury, Larson, and Carlo. So that's what our team is looking like rolling in after the trade deadline. And right before the trade deadline happens, Marc-Andre Fleury gets traded to the Sharks. Mark-Edward Vlasic and a third-round pick is in return. What a crazy trade that is. Marc-Andre Fleury to San Jose. Now we're getting one more author here. Gauthier for Carlo. I'm liking Carlo. I'm going to keep him. I'm not going to accept any more trade offers for the rest of the season. And we're just going to sim to the rest of the season and see how our record ends up. All right, guys, we are done with the season. We finished 36, 35, and 11, which was just short of a playoff spot, actually. I think we were something like 4 points out of a playoff spot. So thank goodness we didn't make it. We now have a lottery pick for our first round pick, which is awesome. Bavilla there, 69 points in 82 games. Not too bad. We'll take a look at our player stats here real quick and see who performed well. Robert Thomas had 60 and 82. I don't know how many was with St. Louis there. Jake DeBrusk, 56, 22 goals. Steen, 55. I don't know how many was with St. Louis either. Same with Konechny. Yarncroc, 51 points. Only 18 goals, though, as a sniper. Andreas Janssen, 50 points, 25 goals. Other than that, Lawson Krause had a not bad year. Not too bad overall. I don't know if anyone really grew. It doesn't seem like anyone really grew, but let's check our goalies real quick as well. Tristan Jarry, 899, 320. Thatcher Demko, 900, but a 332. So we let in a lot of goals, that's for sure. But that was expected. We didn't really have a strong defense, anything like that. So let's just simulate up to the draft and check out the awards and see where we are picking for this next draft. All right, and there you have it, folks. The Winnipeg Jets are your Stanley Cup champions. The Utica Comets win the Calder Cup. There's a salary cap there. Let's see where the draft lottery has us sitting. That's what I'm looking forward. So 3-1 New Jersey, 12-2 Seattle. So we jump from 12 to pick number 2. Montreal also jumps from 10-3. So we have a second overall pick in this draft coming up here. Now I'd like to take a look at the draft class and see what players are in here. Obviously Lafreniere is high elite guaranteed. We have a medium elite defensive defenseman. Other than that, nothing crazy. We got Alexander Holtz here, who's obviously a gem. Like, I don't know why they would tell me that. He's going to be a good player. But we only have Alexander Holtz. That's the only gem that we have. So, do we make a play for Lafreniere? That is the question. Lafreniere, high elite playmaker. Obviously, he's a good player. Sim's very good. Now, the question is, we have Travis Konechny. We have Robert Thomas. We have Sammy Blais. Do we make a play for Lafreniere? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, guys, so let's check out the awards for this season. I'm kind of curious as to who Winnipeg played in the Cup Finals. So obviously, the Winnipeg Jets are the Stanley Cup champions. The Pittsburgh Penguins won the President's Trophy. And we had a Winnipeg versus Toronto Cup Final. So there you go, Jesse, a bar down. That's the Cup Final you wanted there. Winnipeg versus Toronto with Winnipeg winning it. Now let's check out the individual awards. The Art Ross goes to Sidney Crosby. The Hart Memorial also to Sidney Crosby. The James Norris to Dustin Byfuglien. You love to see that one. You absolutely love to see that one. Lady Bing to Evgeny Kuznetsov, the Birdman himself. Calder Memorial to Wiseman. I would like to check out his stats after this season. Conn Smythe to Blake Wheeler. Not bad. Vezina Trophy to Bobrovsky. Now, only if that was in real life. William M. Jennings also to Bobrovsky. Mark Stahl with Bill Masterton. Jack Adams to St. Denis of the Edmonton Oilers. Selke to O'Reilly. He should be winning a lot of those. Ted Lindsay to Sidney Crosby. And Ovi with the Maurice Richard. So, some cliche trophy picks there. O'Reilly, Crosby, Ovechkin, stuff like that. But, yeah, that does it for episode 2. Like I said, we have the second overall pick. So do we make a play for Lafreniere? Let me know down low in the comments, as well as any other things I may have missed, any things you guys would like to see. We also do need to edit the jerseys and stuff like that. And before I forget, guys, I'm going to customize the jerseys right now just so I do not forget and have it fresh in my mind. And I will come right back with what I have for the jerseys. Alright, so as you guys can see, we're back with the new improved Seattle Kraken by the looks of these jerseys. I darkened up the blue. It looked a lot more green than it should have. So this is the new blue that we're going with here. Here's our home jerseys. Here's the away jerseys with that new blue. And here's the alternates. The alternates didn't really have it except for the stripes by the red, but that's about it. But as you can see, the home jerseys, they look a lot better now. They look a lot more cleaner. I also took the advice of some of you in the comments section that said use the Admirals from the ECHL logo as their anchor. It's a small anchor because obviously they have like their name and stuff like that in the logo. If you actually take a look, like they have different additions to it. So I just made it all blue so it kind of blend in with the home jerseys, and then it would go on their shoulders. But I also kind of like the looks of it when you look at it on the away jerseys. It kind of adds like circle patches on the shoulders. So I thought that was a nice touch as well. So I think it's pretty cool. Not as big as the anchor as I'd want it to be, but I still think it looks pretty good. So that's the new and improved Seattle Kraken. I hope you guys enjoy those touches to the jerseys. But like I said, let me know down low in the comments what I should do, if we should make a push for Lafreniere, if we should trade our pick. Maybe you're reckless and want to do that. Let me know if there's anything that I missed. Let me know if there's anything you guys would like to see in the next episode. So that is going to do it for our second episode of the Seattle Kraken franchise mode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that like button if you did so. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe, as well as leave a comment down below with what you guys want to see in the next episode. I'm always looking at your comments and I'm always taking in suggestions. So please make sure that you leave a comment and let me know what you think. And as always, take care. Have a good one.